Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Around the Association. Now, Skip Bayless, we've been covering this story, up and down. Everyone has had their say at Skip Bayless. His insensitivity and some of even his former co-workers and hosts, not named Stephen A. Smith. Now, Stephen A. seems to always feel like, since Skip gave him a shot and put him on First Take, that he knows his heart is always in the good place. That's a story for another day. But people like Marcellus Wiley, Jenny Taft, who was on the show before, we've actually been really covering it. Matt Barnes, even Shannon Sharp's brother Sterling Sharp, who Shannon was trying to get to a monologue and actually talking about the possibility of his brother, seeing his brother being paralyzed on the field and being able to temporary paralyzed and then being able to work through it. But that fear, see, you never know if someone's ever going to get back to what they were before once they take a hit or they go down or something like that. But Skip Bayless has been unapologetic in all of his ways. He cut Shannon off during the monologue he was trying to do, and he was really trying, if you listen, Shannon was really trying to give Skip the benefit of the doubt. But Skip Bayless said, I was never going to take my tweet down. I stand by what I said. Kind of leaning into it. And for a while, I didn't know if being a debate show, if it was more so about ratings for them to get this controversy at first. Now I can tell you that Shannon Sharp looks like he is becoming more and more fed up with the things that Skip Bayless is doing. Now, someone else that has actually taken notice of this is comedian Corey Holcomb. Now, Corey has his own show, and he spoke about Skip Bayless and some of the things that he said. Take a quick listen to Corey and what he had to say in regards to Skip Bayless.
And Skip Bayless, everybody keep talking about it. You gonna do that?
No, I don't know, because I don't know how long we're gonna. You can touch on it because it is.
I'm saying, like, Skip Bayless has not done anything that he doesn't always do. Skip Bayless is attracted to Tom Brady, Tim Tebow, and the other boy who quarterback in the Rams now. And I know Skip Bayless love that name, Ram. He like boys, and because he has such a fetish for Tom Brady and all these people, they could do no wrong.
So anybody that know Corey Holcomb, no matter what side you stand on him, whether you're pro his stance on anything, the brother don't bite his tongue for Nathan. And he even calls saying Skip is a fanboy that, has these man crushes on, Tom Brady, Tim Tebow. I remember one time he even told Stephen A. Smith when they had First Take that Tim Tebow was a bigger draw than Kobe Bryant and LeBron James. Tim Tebow. I'm seeing a trend, the best black athletes versus, in Tim Tebow's case, a player that was pro but was not good enough to hold his job multiple years, much less an all-time great like some of the other players. And so Corey Holcomb said that brother just, he liked them in a more sensual way. He has to, regarding to that. Now, Corey Holcomb continued to talk about the Skip. Take a listen right.
Tom Brady is having the worst season of quarterback ever. He should be dogged out all the time. They could do no wrong. And Skip Bayless couldn't help it. He put something else above that brother that was on the field fighting for his life. That's what he did. He treated he tweeted the importance of the game as if, what's obvious is not happening. Nobody thinks like that but a wicked, selfish motherfucker. He's talking about the importance of the game. We got to get this game in, that type of thing.
Yeah.
He's a dirtbag.
I mean, I have to agree with Corey on that. I just can't see a scenario where, let's say the roles will reverse. Let's say Tom Brady out on the field fighting for his life, suffering from cardiac arrest. And, Shannon Sharp just blase said, I'm, not exactly sure what happened to Tom Brady. Players on both teams, they're shaking. The ambulance is out on the field. CPR administered. I mean, at that point, let me just stop right there. At that point, you know that this is something serious. This is a very serious deal. But let me continue on. And then you say, Shannon say, can't remember play being stopped for this length of time. Just said a prayer for him and his family. And then follow up and say, I've seen so many horrific injuries suffered on the football fields, yet never have I seen a reaction like this. In every other situation I witnessed or covered, the game always went on fairly quickly. The attitude was, hey, that's football. For these players, this was different. And before I move on, that's kind of thumbing your nose at the current players, because what you're implying is, hey, back when it was a man's game, but I'm here to tell you, I'm one that I don't like some of the flags that are thrown, specifically against defensive players. They almost can't touch offensive player now. But once CPR is administered, we're not talking about, a sprained ankle or pulled hamstring or anything like that. We're talking about something a little more serious. So the moment you realize that CPR is being administered, then, hey, I'm saying a prayer for Damar Hamlin, and we'll see what else comes of this. I can't wait to get more information. I'm praying for the young brother's health. That's really all that needs to be said. At that point, that is all that needs to be said. There's no need to speculate, and then to say that, you've seen so many horrific injuries, but for these players it's different. That's such a backhanded comment, and I can only imagine Damar's family watching the game. I mean, this brother's only second year in the league. He's sitting there watching the game, and you see your son, your brother, your cousin, your family and his friends. You just see him laying out on the field. I mean, that's serious, especially the way he got up and then dropped back down like that. That was some scary stuff. And so for you to be that insensitive and then to be like, for these players it's different. I've seen so many horrific injuries. Man, that's an arrogance that, anyway, just imagine Shannon Sharp saying all this though. And then to say, no doubt, the NFL is considering postponing the rest of this game, but how? This late in the season? A game of this magnitude is crucial to the regular season outcome, which suddenly seems so irrelevant. Man. I don't know. I mean, Skip has been known to be a troll. Let's call it what it is. The man's made his money as a troll. His goal has always been to kind of destroy and bring down players, make them upset, and kind of he was clickbait before clickbait. That's what his whole thing was to get other people arguing about something he's saying that's so left field. I mean, and I get it. There's an industry for that. You see what's the America's Got Talent with Simon. He's doing the same. He's the Skip Bayless of that. You're supposed to create this persona of how I'm looking up from a high and mighty spot. I'm going to disagree with whoever the populace love, and they're going to tune in. I get that reverse psychology, and that's why you bring in a Stephen A. Smith, a Shannon Sharp, who is, more tapped in what's current, what's going on, and they'll have a debate show. I get it. It's entertainment. But this here goes beyond entertainment. This is insensitivity. And again, my point being, if Shannon Sharp had made those comments and he would have showed up to Fox Studios to do Undisputed, his monologue wouldn't have been what it was for Skip. He would have been apologizing, because guess what? Sponsors would have been they would have made the demands to Fox. We're going to pull our sponsorship. I mean, tell me this. What do you think was worse? Kyrie sharing a link, or Skip Bayless's insensitivity to Damar Hamlin? Now, if you answer that question with any sense, then why aren't those? Hey, these Skip shouldn't have been the one showing up. Shannon should have been showing up the next day. Skip should have been the one pulled by Fox, and before he's able to come back to the show, he has these demands to make, and then donate a certain percentage of his salary to heart disease, or it's something like, do something to show, all right, I messed up, and then come on, apologize. Sometimes you got to eat crow. Whether he believes his apology or not is irrelevant, but you do to make it where I'm so big you can't do anything to me, and Fox really vouching for that. Man, I don't know. We at some point we got to wake up. Now, Corey Holcomb continued. I'm gonna go ahead and let him say a little bit more. Take a listen here.
They went. No, he ain't never apologized. That's an old honorary old queen,
But
if you know what I'm talking. But what I'm saying is, this dude Skip ain't did nothing. This is what he do. He was basically like, fuck that motherfucker. Let's play the motherfucking game. But if Tom Brady was down there, that motherfucker would have been like, there needs to be a national holiday for this shit. He a piece of shit. And like I say, Shannon, you don't deserve Skip Bayless. But that's who you are intertwined with right now. And to get him off your bumper, it's gonna take time and a whole bunch of patience. But you sit up there, and I know, like I have instincts. You have to smile with him, and I know that's hard.
Now, that's a turn of events. What's crazy is, Corey Holcomb, he's not been the biggest fan of Shannon Sharp. Just like a lot of people, he didn't like the way, Stephen A. Smith, Shaquille O'Neal, Charles Barkley, Shannon Sharp kind of went at Kyrie Irving whenever he had offended the Jewish community, and I'm air quoting, offended the Jewish community for sharing a link to a movie that is on Amazon Prime as we speak. Just for the viewing. Shared it on his link, didn't make no comments about it, just shared the link. And so Corey, he was, now it sounds like he's sympathizing with Shannon, because he knows, hey, contractually, Shannon's trying to be mature. He doesn't want to mess his business up. At the same time, Shannon Sharp is a football player. He's going to be very sensitive to those that actually play the game. Skip Bayless, he's someone that is, couldn't make it in athletics, went the academic route, not a problem, but he speaks from a high and mighty standpoint to where, and he doesn't have any sensitivity. See, that's the thing. There's a lot of people that haven't played the game, but can say, just from a humanity standpoint, man, if they're stopping the game, and we don't remember the last time they stopped the game mid-game, this is serious. This isn't something to play with. This is not something to joke about. This is something we all need to be mindful of and, keep that brother in prayer. That was not Skip's take. And that's the part. That wasn't his take. His take was, I've seen horrible injuries. And for these players, it seems different. Oh boy, I could go on, but Skip, and to not, there's no ridicule, and also Stephen A. Smith. If I'm an athlete, even if I was cool with them, I'm losing respect, because at some point, if you have to speak up for us, if I have a good relationship with you, right, and I'm an athlete, and you're constantly defending someone who has shown nothing but insensitivity for me, my craft, then you slowly start to become the enemy, to be honest with you. So Stephen A. better watch which side he's on. Now I know Skip brought him on First Take, kind of created that platform for him to have the opportunities that he do now, but you got to call a spade sometimes. I mean, let me know what you guys think. Be sure to like and subscribe. I'm out.